Hey folks, welcome back. Part 2 of the Can It Be Restored series on this old Ole Bull fiddle. And we're starting reassembly. We're starting to repair the damage, the cracks, the pieces that are falling off. And I just got a little bit of a dry run going here. So stay tuned. We're going to get right into this. So you can see that I've got this main crack here dry fitted. I haven't glued nothing. I've just been playing around with the way I'm going to do it and how everything is. We've got a nice level repair with this system. Okay. Now, the other thing that I've got is you might notice these are a little bit odd looking systems, these clamps. And these come from an old friend of mine, a mentor of mine. I was buying these things, and these are fine. These do the job for the most part. You got nice adjustment. They're not free. They're not cheap. And so he said, well, why? Don't bother with that. Go pick yourself up some thin, some small plastic tube and some small, like 1/8-inch rod, some wing nuts, and you've got an infinite number and size and adjustability for clamps. I picked up a bunch of this Teflon at a garage sale, actually. This is expensive stuff, but I got it for a great price at a garage sale from an old construction, a cabinet builder that had used some for jigs and whatnot, and he was letting it go. So I got a bunch of this Teflon. I make up different blocks, different sizes, curves, whatever I need at any given moment to work with this. So these are great. But the system here is the key thing. Keeping that crack flat and keeping the radius on the top the same. So I'm going to just show you what I've got going here, because once I get gluing, I can't really talk too much. The first thing that I did, when you got two pieces that have to come back together like this, you can't just close that up and expect that it's just going to buckle. Okay, there's no structure. So I had to give a little bit of help to hold everything in its place. So I took this thin piece of material that really forms to the body, and I took a little bit stouter piece that really shapes to the curve, and that's what I clamped. And I just loose clamped it, and then I went at it with a couple clamps to bring everything together. Don't want a lot of clamps, don't want a lot of weight on here. Right now, this is the heaviest thing. Everything else on here probably doesn't weigh as much as this one clamp. That's okay, because this clamp is holding the whole kit and caboodle, really. And then I noticed right at the edge here, at this outer edge, if I didn't have something here, that it wasn't flush. And so I just use a simple spring clamp. And when I glue this all up under here, I'll have a piece of wax paper along the top to hold everything. But right now, the way it sits, we've got a nice level crack, and there's a lot of different ways to do this. You can glue blocks on and get the little clamps and hold everything, and I think that has a lot of value. It's very, very time consuming. So the next stage is glue up, and you can do a lot of dry runs in a row. I know how I want to do this. I know how it has to be. And I might not glue this whole crack up in one shot. To be real honest with you, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to probably glue up this front wing for a start. And then once I've got a place here that will hold the structure a little bit, that this clamp then becomes a little less important. Then I can take this off, and then I can get some glue down in the rest of that crack, re-glue it, some wax paper, and then the cawls, get everything back in the way it should be, clean it, glue it, clamp it. So that's what we're going to do right now. And if you want to see things go to gushies real fast, just wait till you go to a glue up stage, because it can really happen really fast. Where all of a sudden you are scrambling, nothing is working, your clamping is not holding, you got glue on pieces, so it's a little slippery, it doesn't hold, and so you gotta really figure everything out, have a system in place, know what you want to do, how you want to do it, get comfortable, because you got to have everything ready. Okay, I've now got this little extra clamp here. I've got a little extra cawl. I got a piece of wax paper. I'm going to reach behind me. I got another piece of wax paper here now. You know, just in case. Paper towel, because I'm going to have to clean up, you know. If I didn't have that ready, I start gluing up and, oh crap, I need paper towel. You know, I need this, I need that. So, we don't want to do that. All right. I got my glue. I need my glue to flow a little bit more. I'm gonna remove this for this moment here, because I'm gonna get this at a little bit of an angle that I can work with it here. Okay. Pop that. I'm going to just release this clamp a little bit here. I'm going to keep it in play, but I'm going to release it a little bit. That gives me a little bit of wiggle room here. All right. This edge wants to lift up. So now I've put there we go. Yes. Okay, so by putting the clamp from underneath, I've pulled those edges down just a wee little bit. Have a look. Make sure that we're the way I want to be. We're the way that I want to be, but I want to just happen to have a little jar of cleats here. And we're going to, come on, baby. Put a little bit of fresh hide right, let's say right there. We're going to get us, see, there again. Not ready. Okay. Basically right there. That's going to give us a little bit of help holding everything in the right place. Here. want that clamp to spin. If it spins, it changes. So now we glued in about 2.5 inches of that top there, and yeah, that's about all we can do for right now. I don't want to go and glue this piece in here, you know, like, I mean, it's, I got enough room that I could do some of it, but I don't want to go and add more weight, this and that. We're going to let this set up. You know, I mean, this is something now for me, okay, this is something that I would be okay with coming back in 4 hours, you know, later this afternoon. I'd take these clamps off and I would start gluing the rest of this crack, and I would probably glue the rest of this now in one shot, and then let it sit all up overnight, and it's going to be good. I probably wouldn't unclamp these 2 clamps up in the front here. They're holding everything now. They're holding everything the way that I want it to be held. Take this off, that's set up, get some glue down in the rest of this crack, glue it, reclamp it, and away we go. So anyways, that's the start, and we'll come back in a little while and we'll check on the rest of it there.